Hey everyone, welcome back to Two Stall Garage. Today we're going to take this pink blanket off the wheeler and we're going to go ahead and we're going to put the carburetor on. We're also going to put the air breather on. Might do a few more things depending on how we lump this video together. Thanks for being patient as we get back to this build. We appreciate you guys. Consider hitting the like button if we're doing a good job. If we're not doing a good job, make sure you hit the down button or the thumbs down button if you will. But either way, we're glad you're here. Let's get started on this right now. Get this off. We've been doing a little painting in the shop, so we've had this covered up. Fenders are turning out nice. Obviously there's the grommets in them. We've got those cleaned up. They turned out nice. They're not busted. Let's put these off to the side. Finally getting to unplug this. I hope you can see this here. You can at least see this bolt. Hopefully it's dirty. We're gonna put it on the wire wheel. We're gonna clean it off and then we're gonna clean it with some spray away glass cleaner. And we're gonna replate it real quick. So you've got the first one back in. It's all cleaned up. We're getting there. All right, so we've got them in for a quick replate. Good to go. Let's get our clamp on. And we are ready to go get the air breather. So let's do that. Said air breather, but what I meant to say was carburetor. Now this machine was running good when we got it. So let's just go ahead and make sure that it's cleaned out. And clean up the screws, etc. I don't know if this part's going to be boring for you guys or not, but something we got to do. Looks fairly nice and clean in there. A little bit of dirt. I'm just going to spray that down. Otherwise, it looks good. The gasket feels good. Thankfully, it's not flat. Spray this down real quick. It's got some carb cleaner. Close your eyes for this part. Yeah, this actually feels pretty good. I'm going to clean it up real quick without breaking it. Here we go. Really need a tool bench that sits higher than this. That is okay. All right, we'll put this back on. I just replated it here real quick. Let's see. All right, so that's back together. Put this back on. And now, ultimately, throttle body is good. Since this was running good, we're actually not even going to take this off because we don't have the gasket for it. So don't feel too bad about putting it on. If it runs and has some issues after you do so, then go ahead and take it apart. But I think we're going to go with it being okay. It looks pretty clean inside. So that's what we're going with. Get that snug down there. Okay, let's go put this on. All right, are we ready for this? Okay, it's nice to see this carb going on. Get in there. There we go, count that. One more thing on. Here's our gas fuel line right here for the tank. I'll do more up close right at the end of this video here. Let's go ahead and get the air breather on next. All right, here's the air breather. Cleaned up the plastic. It's a little dusty from sitting. Had a whole bunch of silicone on it that we cleaned up. I'm gonna brighten up the look of this real quick. And you see these clips on the side here, they're rusted. Not a big deal, still functional, but I'm gonna clean those up too. We're gonna put it on just like this, and then, you know, the air filter looks good, but we'll probably throw a new one on as we get ready to fire the machine up for the first time after rebuild. Okay, survey says these are gonna come off really hard. I don't wanna break this air breather box because they're expensive. Probably not the easiest thing to find. So we're gonna leave them on just as they are. We're just gonna make sure they stay functional. That's just how it goes sometimes. Got our plate back. Let's go ahead and put this on. There we go. Screwdriver lost. There's some improvement, right? Every little bit helps. Remember, don't go for perfect unless you're being paid for perfect, I guess, and that better be a hefty amount because it's so hard to get these things perfect. But I just have some fun with it. It's going for a nice little rebuild and refresh. It's going to turn out really nice. It doesn't have to be perfect, so this looks good. There's a little bit of residue in here that will clean out as we replace the air filter. But for now, let's go ahead and get it back on the trike. Who remembers taking this thing off? I do. It's awesome to see it going back on. We're gonna get our grommets that go on this. It's gonna sit right here. Excellent. I'll be right back. I gotta find the hose clamps for these, the connection hose, and then the grommets, because there's two grommets right down in here that the air box rests on. Let's not lose these bolts. There we go, be right back. Okay, so I put one of the grommets on. Here's the next one. I do the thick side in first. Hopefully that's the right way to go. I guess we'll find out. I haven't looked back on this, but appears to make sense. Drop our air breather in again. Sits perfectly. Grommets and bolts right here. These were good, not rusted, didn't need to be replated, so that's nice. Let's snug these down. These are 10s. Who's getting excited? I am. I cannot wait. I can wait, I guess. I gotta be patient, but I'm definitely excited about this. Move these over. Got this coming up. I want to show you something. We've got our clamps here. These are dirty. We're gonna clean them up. Stand by. Top going on. The reason I'm not putting the new air breather on right at the moment is because it's somewhere in all these boxes and we're going to be going through those. This is easy enough to change. Those are snugged. All right, this is going to be connecting right like this down here. And I'm probably going to have to, I may have to take the air box out and put it in at the same time as this. We'll find out. Maybe I can get it in. I can get it in there. Okay, let's clean these up. Okay, we've got these cleaned up. Turned out nice. Let's get them on. I'm just going to put this first one over the carb. There we go. Let's see here. Air breather going on the clamp anyways. Make sure we have it in a way that we can actually tighten it down. There we are. All right, you ready? Squeeze this on. Let's see here. How are we gonna do this the best way? If you're doing this, tell me how you do it. What's your best way to get it on? We're gonna do a lot of squeezing here. It's gonna work though. Well, I'm gonna loosen this up. Just have to, I guess. I was confident I was gonna get it on without doing this, but it's not happening. Here we go. Everything's falling off. There's that. Silly. Well, let's get it on this. Carb first, I guess. Okay, we're on the carb. Gonna tighten this up a little bit. Hopefully hold it there. Now, come back in with our air breather. Maybe. You can do it. There we go, our clamps on. We're going to loosen up our clamps so we can get it on the connection piece. Sometimes it's not as simple as you think it's gonna be. It's not complicated, just more effort. It's usually how it goes actually. More effort than you had planned on. Let's get this on there. Probably looks like it's taking me forever to get this done. It's really not. Moose is out here, he's kind of running around right now. Let's get our 2 bolts in. Then we gotta stretch that over the carburetor a little bit more. It's not on all the way. We're getting there. Loosen this up all the way. Okay. Here we go. We're going to tighten the air breather one up because that one is on. Right there, that's where we're going. Okay, here we go. You can see we got the carburetor on. Got the air tube connected to the air box. And this is going to be the part where the snorkel comes up. We're still going to put that back on. We're going to make it nice and clean on the install there. But all in all, we're looking good. Again, we didn't clean these up. We left them functional, which is good. We're going to take a little bit of this residual silicone off. There's just a little bit on there. Don't worry about that for right now. It's actually been cleaned off. It's just barely holding on. So we'll clean all that up. Take you around the other side real quick. Just make sure our throttle works good. Let's see here. Yep, good to go. Okay, so real quick recap of what we did. Took the carburetor a little bit apart, sprayed it down with carb cleaner. It all looks nice and clean in there. Put the carb on, replated the hose clamps. Put our breather tube on, replated these clamps as well. They look nice. And then we put the air breather on, put the grommets on right down here for the air box. Next, we're gonna put, probably it's gonna be the spring on. But boy, we're getting closer. We're gonna be doing a repair video on this. We're gonna fix this one rather than buy a new one. Don't know what that is. It's gonna work out good. There's a little dust on it from some sanding that we've been doing on the Ford Escort Economy Mobile. Either way, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks so much for hanging out. Hit that subscribe button if you want to. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. That'd be great. Let us know what you're working on. We want to know if you're working on anything. Doesn't have to be a three-wheeler, can be a car, can be a junker, can be an exotic car. Whatever you've got, doesn't matter what type of job you're doing. Feel free to share it on our Facebook page, 2 Stall Garage, the number 2 Stall Garage. Otherwise, share it to our Instagram account. Tag us at 2 Stall Garage LLC. We'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.